Welcome to Frances Quilts, the site dedicated to the wonderful art of quilting, with a few other fun things thrown in as well. If you like what you see here, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can be notified of future videos. Hey guys, welcome back to Frances Quilts. Today we are on day 2 of our 3-day process of quilting this fun little piece right here. Yesterday we did just watch some quilting, doing some of the basic quilting in the area. Today I want to show you the process that I used to figure out how to quilt the background. It was a fun process, and I thought that it might be something that you would enjoy seeing, just to give you some ideas of how you might plan the quilting on your next quilt. Let's head to the drawing table. Now I need to figure out how I'm going to quilt this background portion here. Probably should have figured that out beforehand, but I didn't, so that's okay. I'm thinking about quilting straight lines and curved lines, or maybe just a lot of curved lines, or maybe a lot of straight lines. I really don't know. So to practice it, what I have done is this. I have covered it with a plastic shower curtain that I bought at the dollar store, just something cheap that I don't have to worry about. And I'm going to now do some drawing on this piece right here on the plastic. Big thing here is to make sure that the plastic is the entire size of your quilt plus some. You don't want to have the plastic end right here and you're drawing along and don't realize it and end up drawing on your quilt. So we want to avoid that. These are some rulers that I've looked at. The Versatool, I don't know if you can see it with the background there. It fits really nicely in this corner that I have here, so I could use that. This is Squiggy from Angela Walters. It also is kind of fun. And then also there is Elvira, and it has a nice shape to it as well. Now maybe to make it a little bit easier, I don't want to just do this shape like this. Maybe I want to make it continue all the way down. Maybe I want to have all of it go in this direction. Again, that's where I need to figure out what I'm going to do. Let me just put this on top so I can show you if I want to practice with Squiggy or one of the other rulers. I'm going to use this little thing right here. And it is a disc put out by Westalee rulers. And the idea here is that it is 1/4 inch from the center to the edge. I can put my pen down in there and go along the edge like that, and the line that I draw will be 1/4 inch from that. So let's just play for a minute. I kind of see some diagonals going here. Wonder what would happen if I just do these lines coming through here. Now remember, there's going to be extra flowers added on here around the outside. They're going to be loose. So I just want to quilt underneath it so I can have a base. So let me take my marker and make sure my plastic is all over the place. And let's just start. If I start here and I start at the point here with this ruler, and I just come down like this, and I stop and I bring the ruler back down. No, I have to bring the ruler halfway, don't I? I have to figure out which ruler this is. I'll bring it halfway and down, and then come back to the halfway point here and back over. Okay, that's one line I could do. Maybe I could then come in. Let's see, let's go ahead and take that one all the way up. That had ended at a point there, so let's come here and come this up like this. So that's one line I could do. Maybe I can come down here and do another one that echoes it. Let's come back to here and see if we can kind of echo that line a little bit. There and down to there. One thing I don't like about this particular ruler is you can't do a full line with it. It looks to me like I should be able just to do that full line, but it doesn't work out that way. So I could do that. On the other side, it's exactly the same. So I could do something like that and just have, and maybe that would be fun. Would it be fun to, where'd my little thing go? Would it be fun to maybe just have this kind of follow along like this? Whoops. Have this follow along like this, going from here out like that. So this half of it, this 1/4 of it right here, down to here, I have the lines going this way, and I'm just gonna hand draw them in here just to get an idea. Come in here, and then this one need to echo around here. Whoops, those should have echoed, but they didn't. Let's keep going from here. I'm going to come here. Okay, and then this one would come up here as well and end up. Now, let's come to the center, which is right here. And this part up here will be another quarter. This over here will be another quarter. And boy, it's freaky drawing on this. And that'll be another quarter. What if I did it that way? And then on this side, I came in and I did it like this. And I know I'm not using the little thing, but I'll still get the same idea of it if I'm coming around here and then around here. I'm going to have to do some stopping and starting, which I don't particularly like, but that's okay. Like that. So they're coming in that way. Then this one would keep coming up like this. So it'd keep coming like this and up there. And I could just freehand this. And then this one over here would come from here. Those lines right there would not be there, but it would come up like this and like this. And maybe I just don't even worry about keeping them even. Maybe I just hand do them and not worry about trying to use a ruler on them. That's not bad because all of those lines are coming into that center right there. Have I found my idea on the first thing I tried? Probably not, but who knows? So let's just give it a spray and clean this off. Give it a little spray and get that wet. That's all a water-soluble pen that's there. So that's good. I can come in here. Should have taken a picture of that first. Oh, well, I'll pull it off the video. Come here. Just give it a clean. One thing I like about that design is it kind of gives the flitting of the butterfly. I kind of like that. Let's come this cleaned off as well as we can. And let's try something different. Get that dirty towel out of the way so that I don't accidentally hit it against something else. What if now, since we're just thinking about freehanding now, I really like that, so I'm having a hard time getting away from it. What if I did something similar, even keeping the same idea of doing it this way? Coming down here. What if I did that, but did exactly the same thing, but instead I did loops like this? And then come in and do them. Ooh, I don't know how they'd have to come. I'd have to think about that. Come up and over. Just, I don't know. I don't like that. Okay, I don't like how that's looking, so I'm just going to get rid of that right now. Let's not send that one any further. I do kind of like this idea still of having it in a quadrant, but maybe I could look at it and say, okay, I have this area right here is the center part of it. Where am I? Come down here and right here. Maybe I do something special in this center. Let's get rid of these lines. And something different in the rest of it so that it kind of makes a border around it. So, let's get rid of that one too. So, what if I just did squiggles in here? I came in here and I just did my loopy meander. Remember, if you've followed me at all, you know that all of my meanders turn into loopy meanders eventually. Come up in here. I have to do some little ones maybe. My problem here is going to be keeping it big enough. So what if I did my center section something like that? And then I did something straighter, maybe. in the outside border portion here. What could I do? I could always just do, well, I could just do these lines. I could just follow, you know, quilt some straight lines in here. And when I get to this, quilt this, this is kind of what I was thinking about initially, was just following that and maybe just having a couple of lines in here and then having these come up and down like this and some in here. The thing that I have to remember is that this is also, I'm doing this as a challenge for my guild, which is a Drunkard's Path challenge. So that's kind of what those are from. So this kind of emphasizes those a little bit more. Oops, that one's going to come down like this. That one would come around like that. I'd have to think about what's underneath there that I'm missing. This one would come down like this and then come across here, here. And then this one would come here like this. That's kind of fun too. Oh man, I'm going to have too many ideas. I don't know what I'm going to do. I like that idea too because it does kind of emphasize this and adds a little bit of movement here, but I kind of like the straight lines as well. They add a little bit of structure to it that we didn't have before. Okay, I know if you're at home watching this, you're going, but why don't you try this, 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 or this? Okay, shoot me those ideas because I'm struggling to think of what I'm going to try next. Okay, so that's one idea. And I have them all on video, so that's a good thing. And let's try for another one. By the way, I am going to quilt this in a thread that is a little on the bluey greeny side. Probably similar to this, more similar to this, maybe a little bit darker, but I'm going to quilt the entire thing, entire background with the one thread. I don't want to try to have to change threads with every fabric change. That just simply will not work. So what else could I do here? I might want to just, with whichever pattern I do, I might want to just kind of do an outline around these. Just to give that a little more accenture there. That might help. That's not bad. And I guess I could also outline the butterfly if I wanted to, just come around here and give him a little bit of an outline. I don't know what I'd do up in there though. Maybe probably just going up in there like that. And again, I'll take the black and mark over it. What else could I do? I'm kind of at a loss here for ideas. At this point, I ran out of time. It was time to go downstairs and have dinner and spend some time with my husband. So instead of continuing to work on the plastic sheeting over the top of it, I took a picture of where I was. I had already at that point quilted this intersection right here. I took a picture of that and went downstairs and printed it out several times and then started playing with ideas. As I would draw one, like this one, I'd show it to my husband and he'd go, I don't think so. And then another one, I don't think so. And then I got to these straight lines pointing into the center and he said, oh my gosh, that looks so good. And I agreed with him. The only thing that I decided to do a little bit differently is instead of having the lines go all the way through, any place that I had these quarter circles, I decided to emphasize those instead. So come back tomorrow and we'll actually do the quilting on those straight lines and around those quarter circles. This piece is getting really close to being finished. I can't wait for you to see it. Thanks for joining me here today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Frances Quilts. Remember, if you like what you've seen, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please check out my website and daily blog at francesquilts.com, and I can be found on Facebook and Instagram at Frances Quilts. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope to see you again soon.